answering myself when we're far from. And I say, time now. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? XRP all-time highs. God, I've dreamed the day that I would finally get to say that. XRP all-time highs. XRP all-time highs. XRP is at all-time highs by 1 penny. Just 1 penny. Wow. Amazing. We did it. We got it. So, now, the mission has been engaged into full-fledged price discovery, full-fledged breakout mode. And with that comes targets. And the first target is $4, between $4 and $5, right? So we got $4 to $5, and we should be good. We should be good. And then we'll reevaluate what the wave structure looks like. So, but yeah, we're gonna jump into the small time frames. We're gonna look at the other charts. We're gonna figure out what the hell is going on here with XRP. What is happening here? 33. So, well, in my opinion, looks like we got a 5-wave move here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's come up and get 5. Now, we do have some bearish divergence on the weekly, which is kind of concerning, but it's not really, because that's where, it's supposed to be, right? You want divergence between the 3rd and the 5th. But that doesn't mean the 5th is over. That means, it's going to be over soon, potentially, right? So where could the 5th wave go? Well, if I take a trend-based fib extension from the bottom of the 3rd to the top of the 3rd, back down to the bottom of the 4th, these are your targets right here. So the first target would be that 1-to-1 extension at 434. The bare minimum target, like the target that has to solidify, is the 1618. It just has to. That is the necessary target we must hit, which would be $5.83. If we can hit that, then we really accomplished everything. I mean, it's not $6, it's not $10, it's not $20, but if that was the top of the bull market for XRP, then it is what it is. Do I think it's going to be the top? No. It all depends, right? It all depends, right? So you could see, what we could do is just look back in time here. So the first wave took, 3, 4, 5 candles, but these are small candles, so we'll say maybe 4 candles, right? This one took 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. Okay, this one took as well 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. Okay, and then let's go back over here. You could see over here, this one took 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. Okay, this one also took 1, 2, 3, 4 candles, maybe 5, but I would say 4 still because that one's kind of small. All right, so 4 candles seems to be the theme here. You can see it here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's pretty much kind of, that's basically, you know, all it's got, right? Until it needs to significantly pull back. I mean, you could see in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, hello. Pretty sweet, right? And then what do we have here, ladies and gentlemen? We actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we're stepping up to the plate now, huh? So there you go. So it's going to be between 4 and 5. So how many do we have now? Well, it looks like we got 3. So that's a little bit kind of, ooh, maybe what if we only had 1 week left? Like, people couldn't even fathom that, right? But I'm saying it's possible. We could have literally 1 week and 3 days left. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it ends up being more. I don't know. If you go back over here, again, when we went into price discovery from here, it took 1, 2, 3, 4, but those were giant candles, right? So this one here, I'm really gonna say 2 candles because this one right here is still kind of corrective, right? And then if we go back for just a minute, you could see the breakout itself. So once we cleared the all-time high, how many did we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So back over here, once we cleared the all-time high, right? How much did we have? 1, 2, 3. So you're looking at between 3 to 5 candles. So if we're already on candle 1, or even 2, then that means we have 1 to 3 weeks left. I'm assuming probably 2 weeks. So think about that for a minute, guys. We could be sitting at $6, $7, $8, $9, $10, $11 in 2 weeks. That's how fast this thing can happen. If it happens like that, I'll be so freaking happy because then I can rotate, I can sell, I can get rid of my XRP. Not all of it, I'll never get rid of all of it, but I'll sell a lot of it and I'll trade it into another altcoin. For example, another coin that hasn't pumped yet. Like, I mean, there's CRV, there's a lot of them. Monero is actually my favorite one right now, but also Matic is my favorite. So I'm going to give you my top 5 favorite coins. And yeah, so I'm actually going to give that to the members. But I figured you guys already know anyways, because I already talk about it so much. So number 1, obviously XRP. Number 2, as it sits right now. Now this is as it sits right now. Things can change, right? You know, like let's say Theta is my top 4. Well, it could go to my top 1 instantly if it proves to me that it is capable of what I believe it is capable of doing, just not in the correct time yet. So XRP number 1, Monero, Matic, Theta is kind of like tied for number 2 right now. And then 4 and 5, haven't assigned anything to that yet. It could be HBAR. I think it could be HBAR. Well, really, HBAR and ADA. Those are the 2 ties for those. So I am sick, if you can hear it in my voice. But but I don't even feel sick. I feel wonderful. I feel great. So we're gonna get to Theta, but I want to show you something here with Theta real quick. Look at that. That is deadly. Okay, this is very, very, very bullish right here. You see that? What we have here is a cup that formed in the accumulation structure, right? So you have there's a couple things that could happen here. Number one, usually you get a rise, a crash, a retrace, reaccumulation, sideways breakout. But a lot of times, or some of the times, that accumulation, so you have rise, crash, retrace, reaccumulation, sideways breakout. That's Monero, that's XLM, that's XRP, right? And you've been going sideways for years in here, right? So a lot of times, this sideways nature doesn't occur because it occurred down here, right? It occurred over here. So that could be enough accumulation, is what I mean. And this could be a 1-2, 1-2, right? And I've always thought that's probably what it could be. A 1-2, 1-2, right? And now we have another 1 and we have another 2, guys. So this could actually go up into the third. So we have a 1-2, 1-2, and this is 1-2 of the third. And then this would be wave 3 of the third, 4, and then 5 of the third, and then we go into 4, and then we go into 5. I've never shared that before. Well, in some aspects I have, but not in the context that we're in now, which is how close we are, right? And you can see very clearly, look at this cup. You have a beautiful cup. And not only that, you also have a handle. So we technically have a cup and handle. And where is that cup and handle going to? It's going to about $20. That's a big move, guys. So XRP is actually $3, and it's not going to even get near 20. Maybe it could. I don't know. I mean, it really depends on, again, how much momentum we have. And we can only do measurements based off the waves we see. And the waves that I'm measuring don't get us to $20 quite yet unless we use log scale. And the only way I'm going to use log scale is if we cut through all the linear scales. So we you know what I mean? So we'll get there, and we just have to trust the process and enjoy the process. So a lot of people have to know right away, like what's it going to be, where's it going to go. You don't necessarily have to. You just have to let it play out and then decide. Because a lot of people say, oh, you got to have a game plan and you got to stick to it. Well, sometimes plans change. You know what I mean? Like, if you're planning on selling at $10 and let's say it doesn't get to $10, then what's your plan now? You know? So, and these are coming from hardcore analysts, hardcore traders, right? Investors. And I'm just like, I mean, look, I have plans within contingency plans. So it's good to have plans, but you never want to stick to a plan unless it plays out the way you think it's going to play out, right? So my plan is for XRP. Here's my plan. And this is not financial advice, but here we go. So if we look at XRP, is my biggest holding by far, full disclosure. And we look at the chart and we zoom out. There we go. And then we look at Theta. Here we go. So XRP is right in the all-time high, meaning it's going to go into price discovery, meaning it's going to happen fast. It's going to happen very fast. Okay? I don't think you guys realize how fast this is going to be. I mean, this could happen today. This could happen tomorrow. This could happen this week, right? Meaning we could be at $4 tonight. Okay? We could be at $5 tonight. All right? And so, you know, it's going to be very, very, very interesting. So what I'm saying is my plan, okay, and this is not financial advice, but I'm going to wait for XRP to do its thing. So let's say it gets to $6, $7, okay, and then you could start to see a little bit of struggle. Okay, I'm going to rotate some of that. Now, it all depends on where Theta is. If Theta is still below this neckline, you know, it's going to be a little bit challenging because I want it to break it. I actually want it. I have to have full conviction that it's going to break that neckline, and I really do, right? I believe yes, it will. So I'm going to take my XRP. I'm going to rotate it all the way over here, right? So I just rode the elevator from here, well, from here, all in there, and I rode it up to there. And then I'm going to jump off the elevator before it comes down, or maybe it goes up, right? But I'll explain why it doesn't matter in a minute. And then I'm going to rotate it into here, and then I'm going to take the elevator up. You ever watch the movie Charlie and or Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? At the end of the movie, they were in the elevators, and some of the elevators can go up, they could go sideways, they could go slanted ways, they could go, you know, all different ways. And it was kind of one of the most, it was probably one of my favorite movies growing up as a child, because it just sparked so much imagination. Like, it's just, you know, one of the greatest movies. And I just reminded me of that, right? So you take the elevator up, and instead of going up and down, you go sideways into another coin and then take it up. It's kind of like we're getting directions from Willy Wonka himself, except it's not chocolate, it's money. Better. So, and here's the thing. Realistically, guys, XRP is probably going to hit between $7 and $13. It's just, that's just the reality. If it hits $27, I'll be so happy, but I just don't know. And here's the thing. The higher XRP goes, the higher the risk increases. All right. So once we hit $7, $8, $9 XRP, who's going to buy XRP at $9? I don't know. I don't know if anyone's going to buy it then, because it's all about market saturation. XRP has pretty much saturated the market right now, if you look at social media or whatever. But you know when it's really, really saturated, when you have people that you've never heard before, or actors or whoever talking about XRP, or your friend or your cousin or your neighbor or somebody ask you about XRP, then you know, hey, this thing is getting spread around pretty fast. And once you have full market saturation, basically the whole planet knows about it. And if the whole planet knows about it, then chances are they've already bought it, or they've already sold it, or they're looking at it, right? And that typically happens at the top. So probably around that area. Right there. Okay. So now let's say I'm wrong. And it's not about being right or wrong, because I will be so happy to be wrong, right? But let's say XRP pumps all the way up to $7. That's only 100%. That's it. That's all it is, guys. If we pump to $7, it sounds incredible, because it's all psychology, right? when you say, for example, okay, let's go to here. Let's go down to, remember back in the 50-cent days? We'll go to 54 cents. And then we're going to go up 100%. Okay? We're going to go up 100%. Doesn't that seem maybe a little bit smaller? Right? Going from 50 cents to $1 versus going, you know, people go, oh, you know, it's back at $1. Cool, cool, cool. But if it goes from $3 to $7 or $3.30 to $7, it's the same percentages. But psychologically, 3 to 7 is bigger than 50 to $1. And that's where people get that's where people get screwed up, right? Because they're thinking, whoa, we still got to go to $10. That's a big number. But yeah, it is a big number, but in percentages, it's a small number, right? We're only going, you know, if we hit $12, guys, that's only a 255% move. That's it. Now, unless this thing goes up, let's say it goes up to $26, which is my log scale 1618. That's so about, we'll say 700%. That's a 7x from where it is now. That's really, really good, right? But I'm not really, I'm looking for 10x, guys. I'm looking for 15x. I'm looking for as much as possible. And it's not about being greedy. It's about being, you know, opportunistic. I'm trying to get the best bang for my buck here. And XRP is the soldier. Basically, it is the Marine Corps. It is on the front lines, right? It is the first to go in. I think they're the last to come out, right? So they're going to go in there and they're going to light it up, right? And then you're going to send your cleanup forces, right? Or maybe some air support, or however, whatever analogy you want to use, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do now is say, okay, I sold here at $7 to $12. And then I put that into Theta, and now Theta's at, let's say it's at $4. Hopefully it's less, but we'll say $4. And then we ride that sucker up to $20. Well, guess what? 4 to 20, that's still really 400%, right? But I have to ask myself, if we're at $7 to $12, right, we'll say $9, and we go up 400% from there, now you're talking almost $46, guys. Now that I have a very, very hard time believing. I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm not saying maybe it happens next cycle. Maybe it takes a cycle. Maybe it happens this cycle. But I have a hard time believing that. And it's not that I don't believe it. It's just that it's all about probabilities for me. You know, it's all about weighing out, you know, what's going to happen here. So what's more likely, guys? Theta, just an example, a cup and handle, breaking out, getting to its $20 target. It seems pretty simple. And it's barely breaking above the all-time high. Or XRP going to $50. I mean, come on. It's a no-brainer, right? So, anyways, that's kind of how I'm playing it. Now, let's say that doesn't play out that way. Let's say, you know, XRP fires up to $7 to $12. At the same time, Theta's firing up to $10, $11, $12. Well, then, you know, it doesn't make sense then, right? It would only work if Theta is still down here and XRP is up here. Then I can rotate. Because then when I do this and I compare it into XRP, look at Theta, guys. When you compare it to XRP, it's a disaster. Okay? This is bad. Right? But it's not going to be that way forever. And that's why I haven't pulled the trigger yet. Now, I do like the structure. This is Theta versus XRP. I don't think you've ever seen this chart, maybe very rarely. Okay. So you have a run up, very bullish. That was in 2021. Looks like you came down. Looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe a 5. We don't have any divergence. Actually, we do. We have bullish divergence on the weekly chart. This is what I want. I am cheering for Theta. I want Theta to win. You go, why would you not want XRP to win? Because it already won. It already won by a lot. You know? Now I'm like, okay, well, I'm actually still cheering for XRP to win because I need it to go up a lot higher. And then, I'll rotate. But you could kind of see we're getting close to a bottom here. I mean, we really have 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, 6, and 7. 7-wave crashing structure. I mean, this thing's getting close. So I wouldn't put. I'm actually a little bit nervous actually looking at this chart because I'm just thinking, man, this is pretty close. Excuse me. This is pretty close. Um, um, so we're just gonna have to wait. It doesn't look that good though. I don't like really the shape of it. I like my 3-wave shapes kind of like that, or even like this. But this is a kind of a funky one. But, we'll see. You got your base down in here. So that's kind of where I'm expecting it to go. So basically, it's 78 cents. So 1 theta, or I don't know. Wait, no, 0.78. I'm not sure how to. 0.78 XRP. No, theta. Right. So yeah. So I want to see it get down here. If we could get down here, I will gladly swap my XRP for Theta in a heartbeat, right? But I'm going to need a little bit more to do that. So now you guys know what my intentions are, and it could be right, it could be wrong. XRP could go to $5,000. Okay? It could go to $10,000. There are people out there who believe that it could go to those numbers. Now, if you want to hear those theories, you have the buyback program, you have the Shane Ellis theory, you have just go to Digital Perspectives and type in $10,000 XRP or digital asset investor, and they kind of explain how you get to those numbers. I think Zach Rector did one.
XRP designed for 10,000 per XRP, along with the European Parliament being the most recent entity to say that.
I remember there was a video he had with a whiteboard, and he had a marker, and he was putting numbers together, and he was saying, hey, if this and this and this, and I believe it. It's maybe it happens, and I will be so happy. But at the end of the day, I can't rely on that. I have to rely on the chart. The chart means, and most people say, yeah, the chart's not going to mean anything. When, if it happens overnight, then I won't get a chance to sell, and that'll actually be a good thing, right? So I think the whole theory behind it is the XRP ledger being all of the money, meaning all of the money going through the ledger. I don't really see that right now, not at this stage of the game. I think we're still very early. Maybe next cycle that could be a potential thing. I still feel like we need a crisis first. I still feel like we need an event to happen before we can get to that point. And that event could be a big crash. So, it might take, for example, XRP going up to 12, 15, 20 bucks, and then it crashing, just obliterating itself, right? And then we have a big financial crisis. And then everyone's like, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? And then it's like, well, what about XRP? We could use that. And then bam, then we go up to like a massive number. And I could see that happening. But I don't necessarily see that right now. Right? I'm a conservative, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you and say, oh yeah, we're going to $100. You're gonna go to 50, 10,000. Look, I hope to God we do, but I'm just basing it off of what I see. All right. So here's how I come up with it, and basically, I'm gonna give you the biggest number that XRP can hit. Ready? This is gonna be the biggest number XRP can hit, in my opinion, based off logic, not based off theories, right? And these theories are great if they play out, but I don't know if they're gonna play out. And if they do play out, great. So let me show you Dogecoin. This is going to be the ultimate right here. Check this out. So look at this. Okay, first of all, you have Doge on your right and you have XRP on your left. Okay, so what do you see? Well, what I see is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do you see for XRP? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, wait, where's 5? Oh yeah, 5 hasn't happened yet, right? So, okay, so we're in the fifth wave. So where did the fifth wave go for Dogecoin? Well, we can measure that. How do we measure it? With fibs, right? So if I take a Fibonacci level and I go right here all the way down, right? Look at this, guys. It blew past all of the Fibonacci levels, beyond the Fibonacci levels. Now you could see the wicks in here. We wicked off, we wicked off, we wicked off. So we did get resistance at the top. But we actually crushed right through it. Partly because of Elon Musk, I would imagine that would be the main reason. Okay, so my thing is, that's the fifth wave, right? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to figure out, well, where did it hit on log scale, right? So if we go down and we hit log scale, it should be the 2 point, let me see if I even have it on here. Yeah, the 2.272. Wow, that's insane. So Dogecoin hit the 2.272, which is 53 cents. But let's be conservative and we'll say, nah, we'll say the 2. Let's be very conservative. You could see Dogecoin clearly broke above the 2, but we'll just say the 2. All right, perfect, fair enough. Now we're going to go back over here. We're going to do the same thing. Okay? All right, where did XRP hit? What did we say? The 2. And where's the 2 at? $98. And where's the 2.272 at? It's at $250. So basically the highest level that it could possibly hit in theory is between $100 and $250. Now, do I think that's going to happen? No, I don't. Why? Because it's totally different in a lot of ways, especially when it comes to market cap. I know people hate when I say that, but it's just, I don't have any proof that it's not the case. So, but yeah, if we hit $100, let's say we hit $100, we'll be all congratulating each other, right? If we hit $100, that's approximately 2,800% from where we are now. 2,800%. Okay. So remember that. 2,800%. So if I bought XRP at 45 cents and I go up 2,800%, where does that get me? Well, look at that. It gives me $13. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that very interesting? So, everybody who was watching my channel in this bull flag, you know, everyone was getting sick of what I was saying because I was saying the same thing every day, which was what? Which was essentially what this was. And what was it? Well, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we had an A, B, and a C. A, B, C. So you had 3 up, 3 down, 5 up. So there's your 3, 3 up, and we had 3 down. And then what comes next? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And I said that every single day for a long time. And it played out exactly how we imagined it. And 2,800% from down here, right? Going up to $13, that's 2,800%. That's the same amount as if someone were to invest today and go to $100. That is why this move, you look at it and go, oh yeah, it's pretty big, but it's not that big. It's kind of small. But that move was life-changing. Not because of today, but because if we bought here, like I've been saying every day for months, and you ride that sucker all the way up to $10 to $13, then what does that mean? That means you just earn 2,800%. The same amount someone were to invest today and it goes to $100. So what's more likely? Well, obviously what we did, right? So that's what I'm saying. So if we were here and then we go up to $13, that's as if it went to $100 if you were to invest today. So that is why I feel comfortable selling my XRP, rotating my XRP into a coin, right? That has not yet done that. And there's many of them. Just look at DOT, for example. DOT only had one cycle, right? It's a low market cap. It's not even at the all-time high. It's not even at the 50 yet, right? So just to get to the 1618 from where we are, oh my God, you're looking at, well, that's probably on log scale. Wait, we got to go to the linear scale, guys. Okay, there we go. So we'll say the 4.236 then. Look at that. That's 3,000%. So what's more likely? Why would I buy XRP if I could buy DOT? What is more likely to happen? XRP going to $100 or DOT hitting a full 4.236 extension? See, this is where you got to break away from the crowd. When everybody was crapping on XRP, that's when I was planting my flag saying, it's beautiful. Look at it. It's magnificent. Buy it. It's right here. Right? And most people, I mean, there's so much. If we just go to Twitter, which I'm not going to do, but there are so many people who talk so much crap about it, right? Those same people are not saying anything. And what I've learned in life is when you have haters, right? And not just hate, but I mean, like, people who don't like the coin. It's not like they're hating you. It's just they don't like XRP. They're XRP haters, right? And I used to be an XRP hater a long time ago. I used to say XRP is a banker coin. It's no good. Why do you want it? It's deep state. But now I know the truth. But when the XRP haters shut up, that's the time to get nervous. That's kind of what I've learned. So, XRP doing so well over the last period of time, but it's been terrible for a long time. And now it's getting to a point where it's like, well, we're very, very close. We could be literally, again, 2 weeks away for me just selling at least, 40, 50% and going into another coin, right? And someone could say that's a stupid decision, But here's why it's not a stupid decision for me. Let's say I put into Filecoin, right? Let's say I sell 10% of XRP at $8 and I put it into Filecoin at, say, $6. Okay. This is all the art, like Trump, art of the deal, right? But it's really the art of rotations and percentages. This is how rich people do it, okay? So if I go up, this measuring right here, you see this right here? That is the best tool on TradingView. People say it's the fib levels, but I think it's the ruler. And I just go back to the all-time high. Let's just go back to the all-time high. Guys, if just getting to the all-time high, that's 4,000%. Okay? Now, I'm not saying it's going to be easy to get there. I'm not even saying it's maybe even possible for it to get there. Maybe it never gets there. But what I'm saying is the potential is there for it to happen. Right? Especially what we see here. We see accumulation. We see accumulation. We see a 1, 2, 1, 2. We see another 1, 2, right? This could be 1, 2, 1, 2, and we could be in 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we flag out for a 4 in the retracement levels. And then we go up and hit 5. Right? And then we go up and hit 5. So that could be massive returns. Whereas XRP, if we wanted to hit 4,000% from where we are right now, oh my God! I mean, you're gonna be really disappointed because it's just gonna be so unobtainable. I mean, you're looking at almost $140, and maybe it's possible, right? But I have to ask myself, what's more likely to happen? You know, so that's why I will never sell my XRP. Look, if XRP gets beyond $100 or $200, I will always have at least 25%. So 25% of my XRP at $100 a pop is actually valued more than 100% of my XRP valued at what it is today or even $10. See? So it's a win-win-win-win-win-win-win-win situation for me, right? So that's kind of how I'm explaining it. Most people don't explain it like that. Most people say, this is what most people say, and no offense, but I don't think it's the right way. They say, own this coin, this coin, this coin, this coin, and this coin, and write it all up, and then sell it. I mean, yeah, you could do that. Or you focus all of your money into 1 or 2 or 3 coins, ride that up, and you have to be lucky because what if the coin that you're heavily invested in isn't the first one to move? That's always the risk, right? And that's why it's probably best to be in Bitcoin for that to take place. So, but yeah, I digress. I'm just explaining, because all of us want to get rich. All of us want to be wealthy. All of us want that time freedom, right? Because it's not the money that's valuable, it's the time, right? If you're 99 years old, $1 million doesn't mean anything because you only have so much time left, right? But $1 million in your 20s can mean a lot, a lot, a lot. And the best way to get rich is to have multiple bull runs in one bull run. And the best way to do that is rotations, right? So the standard way to do it is ride Bitcoin up, then jump into ETH and ride that up, then jump into the altcoins and ride them up, then jump into XRP last and ride it up. But obviously this cycle did not happen that way. And I'm so glad I didn't listen to the stupid, ridiculous narrative of all that crap, right? So anyways, we were talking 46 minutes and we didn't get into any analysis. You were just listening to me ramble. I'm just kidding. No, but Oh man. Okay. So, we're in breakout mode. I don't know what you want me to say. I mean, we're breaking out. I mean, this is it, right? And to me, the my favorite thing to talk about is obviously the money, right? Is how the percentages, how much we're gonna make, which you shouldn't really talk about that, but like targets, right? So one more thing I forgot to mention is that another count also played out, which is what? A, B, C, D, E. A, B, C, D, E. We have a contracting triangle here, right? And it was clear as day, and I don't know why people didn't see it. Like when we were in here, like you had so many people like just knocking on it. And I just didn't understand, like, how do you not see how bullish it is? I mean, it's so bullish. Um, and that is why I'm really digging Monero, because look at it. It looks basically the same. Guys, look at Monero. Oh my God, it's breaking out right now. Whoa, look at that. Look, man, see, damn. If I had $1 for every time, I swear. Look at this. And this structure right here is the same structure when we zoomed out. It's basically the same structure as XRP. Rise, crash, retrace, reaccumulation, sideways, breakout. Guys, we're at 220 right now. This thing is, I loaded up. I got the truck and I went down and rented a semi truck. And I then went to the train station and I rented a train and I backed the train up and I frickin' bought Monero. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I just love this chart. I don't know why, but just look at the thing, dude. It's just one massive pump and then a massive flag. I mean, look at that. Usually prices come back 50% of the wave, or a lot of times they come back way down here. So you have tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. We've been in the tier 3, right? And then look at this. If we compare this is going to blow your mind right here, because I've already compared it to XRP. But if I compare it to, okay, where's my chart at? There we go. Let's go to Bitcoin. So look at this, guys. Look how beautiful this looks. You have a rise, you have a crash. You have a rise, you have a crash. You come up into a retracement, and then you go sideways. You see that right there? And then you go sideways. And then what happens next? You get a monster breakout. If they could teach technical analysis to high school kids, then it would have been the best thing for me, because then I wouldn't have to go down the life that I had to go down to get to where I am now. And I'll explain that later. But put it this way, I went from, and I don't even, it's painful to say this, but I went from jail to drugs to where I am today. And it's been a hell of a life. Maybe I'll tell the story once. I don't know. But look at this. We had a beautiful setup here. So where's Monero going to go then? Right? Well, if you look at where Bitcoin went, and remember, Bitcoin's a much bigger market cap, right? Where did Bitcoin go? It went to the just shy of the 4.236. So we'll say the 4. We'll say the 4. And it's probably going to be higher than that, because remember, this structure is so much smaller by a lot. This structure's only a couple of years, between 18 to 20. So like 3 or 4 years. Whereas Monero is 7 years, okay? 7+ years. All right? So it's way bigger. And that's why we don't really know how far XRP is going to go. You know, it could go to $15, $20, $30. We're going to have to examine it as it goes up. But if I take a retracement here and I go, let's just say the 4.236, you're looking at basically $2,000 for Monero. And that, I think, is around a 10x. Yeah, just about a 10x, or a little less than a 10x. Hey, that's pretty good. If you want to play with these meme coins, you could get way more, but you know, you're taking a risk there. But I think once we break out in full-fledged mode, then it's appropriate to take that risk. But I want to see, number one, XRP get to a 1618. I want to see Bitcoin break above its all-time high. I want to see Theta break above the neckline, and then we can be a little bit more risky, you know. So yeah, just this structure alone, this cup and handle, gives us a $20 Theta target. So all right, let's take a look. Let's zoom in a lot closer. The videos will probably be longer because there's so much more. You know, it's not boring and depressing, right? It's kind of exciting. So there's more to reference. So obviously we have our downward resistance line here. And you can see we broke it. And you could really say we broke it over here. So yeah, we broke the downward resistance line. Now if you'd put it on the bodies, we kind of haven't yet. And I'll be more conservative and say, no, we haven't quite did it yet. We also have like this trend line right in here. So I want to see a little bit of a three-way pullback, maybe come back and retest this area and then fly out of there. So that's kind of what I want to see for Theta. Or, actually no or. I think that's it. You know, unless, you know, if we keep kind of pulling back and then pumping and then pulling back, and eventually we should flag out, right? I'd much rather it just kind of come down here and then go. That's just me, because then you have a base, you have a breakout, a back test, and then you reset that momentum to go much higher. Because we don't want it to keep going up, because then it's just it might just collapse. We want it to reset every once in a while. What we could do is look back at what happened last time. And what I could do is simply just take a fractal. There we go. And then I'll just take this and I'll put it right there. So you could see it's actually even bigger, so I'm gonna have to make it bigger. Whoa, look at that, guys. Look at that. There we go. So I think that's kind of what we're doing here. Something along those lines. And if you look at this thing, I mean, this thing gets all the way up to about $9 or $10, exactly what we were anticipating, what we were thinking. The other aspect of it too is rise, crash, retrace, reaccumulation. Now we're going sideways in here. And that's good. That's what we want. And then blast off. So, and then you also have another cup and handle. So basically Theta has a cup and handle within a cup and handle, which is pretty bullish. And the measured move to this would be approximately, look at that, pretty much right around the same area, around 9, 10, 11 bucks. So, the bigger cup and handle is actually around 20 bucks, right? So another thing we could do is take a trend-based fib extension from here to here, and then we're going to go back down to here. And look at that. The fractal, the cup and handle pattern, all point to, these areas right around 8 to 10 bucks, So that's really the area of interest. So that being said, I need XRP to hit a big fat number before Theta hits that number. Otherwise, it's not going to be worth it. So I hope that Theta just doesn't do anything. I hope it just chills out for the next month and XRP goes flying to the upside. And then once it's done, then we can rotate. But it's never going to be that simple. So I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, you could see here's your cup, here's your handle, and then here's your cup and here's your handle. And the handle itself is a cup and handle, which is kind of cool, right? And another thing I want to point out that is very bullish with Theta is this fractal right here. So you could see we have a big pump, big dump, big pump, big dump, shallow retrace, and then we sort of come back down, hit the lows, come back down, hit the lows, low, higher low, higher low, shoot up, blast off, shoot up, blast off. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But yeah, you can see the W shape, right? Beautiful structure. And this one looks much more slanted, meaning it's more bullish, if you will. And where did the target go? Where did we hit, guys? We hit approximately right around the 4. Okay. So if we did the same thing here, where did we hit? About 60 bucks. So there you go, $60 Theta. Perfect. All right, now let's do a little bit of rapid fire. Let's look at Bitcoin first. And I appreciate all the comments. I'm not going to get to the request today, but I will get to them if you put any in there. I'll have to double check again and see. Okay, so the first one would be quorum because I got a couple people talking about that. Okay, so yeah, I it's not got a lot of data, but it's got enough, and I could dig it. I think it's great. I see a 3-wave move. Okay, I see accumulation. I see a double bottom. I see an impulse. I see a flag, and I see a break of that flag. I also see a resistance line. And I also see sort of a reverse cup and handle. I also see a W pattern. I also see WXYXZ. I also see a diagonal. Right? I also see a falling wedge, and that would probably be the most what people would use. Right? And typically falling wedges get back to the top. So in this case, probably around here, or I'm not sure how valid this wick is, but yeah, this thing's at 29 cents, and the bodies of the candles are around 93 cents. And that wick is sitting up there at 25 bucks. Dang. If we could go to $25 from 29 cents, that would be insane. Let me know in the comments, what do you know about this coin? What is it? Why is it good? Why is it bad? What's up with it? Would I buy it right now? Probably not. I don't know. It's a tough one. I mean, it kind of seems like a diag, kind of like a rising wedge kind of. It's kind of getting pinched in here. So a pinch, statistically speaking, comes down and then it comes back up. That's where I would buy it. But if this pops up, then you kind of missed it, but it's all about the risk. If you're doing spot positions, I don't think it really matters too much, unless obviously you got a dollar cost average. Obviously it's not financial advice. I could be wrong, but this could be A, B, and a C, or this could be a flat and ABC, 1 2 1 2 1 2, and we're about to rev up and go. Or this is 1 2 3 4 5 ABC, and then we go. So basically those are the options. I don't know which ones are going to be. I think it looks pretty strong here, so maybe we can break out. I'd have to look a little bit closer. I mean, there's no evidence to say that we've topped. It looks like it still needs more to go. Let's just put it that way. So, CFX, I haven't talked about, well, before I do that, targets for this one here. Now I could use the wick, or I don't have to, but you're looking at $4 if I don't use the wick. And that's a monster wick. So you're looking at 12x, at least a 10x, which is really good. Very good. So I haven't looked at CFX in a while. And remember, I used to look at this one a lot. So I like it because you have a big impulse, one, and you have a beautiful three-way flat. A, B, C. Perfect. And then this, I wasn't sure if it's a 1 2 1 2 1 2 or if it's a diagonal. To me, it looks kind of like a diagonal now. And we're going to zoom in and look at that. Oh yeah, it looks really good. So look at this. We have 1 2 3 4 5, sort of a broadening diagonal. And then that's a 1. And then you come down, and now this is a 2. Right? So the thing is the 2 could be a little bit complex. For example, this could be 1 2 3 4 5 A, and then we come up B, and then we come back down C, and then we go up. So we have 1 2 3 4 5 A B C, 1 2, and then we go up. Or that was your 2, and we're just gonna get going. So either one of those. Would I buy it right now? Probably not. Why? Because we just shot straight up. You kind of need to get away from the scene of the crime. You kind of need to flag out a little bit. There's things that need to happen first. But it looks pretty good. We already talked about Monero. Man, Monero is still going. Look at that. 220, guys. I'm so grateful that I held my Monero, because this was not easy to hold. I had to trust my instincts, because I sent it to a couple. I sent the screenshot to a couple friends, and they're like, "Yeah, just dump it, man. Just dump. Yeah, it looks bearish," and I didn't, and I'm glad I didn't. So, anyways, it just feels amazing. Bitcoin dominance is going down. Beautiful. We didn't even look at Bitcoin yet, did we? So the problem with Bitcoin dominance is that if this turns out to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, then we can have another pump up like this, and it becomes a more complex three-wave move before going really hardcore down to the downside. And I think that's what's playing out here. If I had to imagine Bitcoin dominance, it's either going to do this or it's going to do something like this. I'm not sure which one. We'll have to wait. ADA. ADA is also, I made money on ADA. Very nice. I actually made too much money on ADA. When I put my trade in, I didn't it was one of those situations where there was an extra zero at the end when I put the trade in, and I didn't realize it till after the day had passed. And after that, I was like, well, damn. It's like, imagine you want to put $100, but you end up putting $1,000, and you don't realize it till the next day, because when you start looking at your profit, you're at like $1,400, and you're like, wait a minute, I thought I put $100 in. No, I put $1,000 in. But no, that's not the number. I'm just using that as an example. I think it looks great. You got an inverse head and shoulders. You got a flat. You got accumulation. You got a 1-2. You got higher lows. Looks great. To me, it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, if you guys are ever out in California, come say what's up, man. I'm actually flying out to Idaho in June. Anybody live in Idaho? I'm actually going to go to see Yellowstone. Yellowstone is the most beautiful place in the world. I don't care what anybody says. If you've ever been to Yellowstone, you'll know exactly what I mean. If I was a foreigner living in another country and I had one place to come to see America, to see how majestic it is, like the Native American, all that stuff, go to Yellowstone. That is the pinnacle of what the United States is, in my opinion. Theta Fuel is still kind of just going sideways, and that's exact. Look, I'm a doctor, and I'm prescribing a medication to Theta Fuel, and that medication is just lay in bed. Just lay in bed. Just go to sleep and relax. And it's doing exactly what I prescribed it to do. I'm joking, by the way, but you know that. And that's the best thing for it. Why do I say that? Because of that spike. That spike did more damage than good, if you believe it, right? So we need to fix that damage by kind of just having low volume. And eventually this will start moving higher. It's just about patience. We got to be patient. I'm very bullish on Theta Fuel and Theta. We looked at Theta already. Okay. AVAX. I mean, they're pretty much the same. Let's look at Bitcoin now. So Bitcoin looks really good. So far, so good. Remember, Bitcoin, we were comparing it to Matic on the inverse chart of, where's it at? Over here. It's actually right there. There we go. So you can kind of see, right? These little spikes in here, little spikes in there. You kind of have a three-way pullback. You have a three-way pullback. You blast off. Let's see if we kind of flag out. You can see right in here we flagged out. Let's see if we could flag out a little bit and then hit the high and have a crazy ass alt season. Hopefully we don't have a big dump like that. Hopefully, you know, the best way for Bitcoin to dump is spiking up and doing this. And then kind of, you know, going back down. The reason why is because you get retracements, right? If you go up and then you crash and then you get a retrace, that could be a big alt season right there. And that would actually be a signal in the market saying, hey, this thing is almost cooked. And most people wouldn't expect it to be cooked because Trump just barely came into office. They're thinking, well, no, it's got to continue because Trump. And maybe it will for a little while. But I think we're going to have another bull cycle during Trump. So we're already in one, technically. We haven't really seen the big part of it yet, I don't think. But I think it's coming. So, but as far as the nitty gritty stuff on the smaller time frames, yeah. I like this here, this 3-wave move. You got to be kind of careful because we had a similar 3-wave move. We chop, 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 and then we dumped. So what if we chop, 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 and then we dump? I mean, it's possible, but this time we don't want to lose support. We want to hold this area right in here. As long as we stay above 94K, I think everything's intact. So the best thing Bitcoin can do is not go up anymore. We don't want Bitcoin to go up anymore. What we want Bitcoin to do in prescribing medication for Bitcoin is to simply do this. And then do this. And then do this. That's what we want it to do. This type of action will be the best medication for Bitcoin. Now, if that's not going to be valid, then you can see it's very bullish here because you have a flat right here. You have 3, 3, and then you also have 3 down. This is an expanded flat. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks like a 1. Maybe we come down and get a 2, and then we fire up for a wave 3. All of them are valid. Another thing could be as well as 3, 3, and then 3, but I don't think so. I'm not convinced with that yet. So it's just kind of a waiting game. It looks fine. Nothing's problem. You know, we're ranging. I mean, that's what it's about, right? Up, down, up, down, up, down, right? So we don't like up, down, up, down. When you're in a range and you're oscillating, the best thing to do in that range is go to the middle and then go sideways and then break out. That's the best way, because when you get to the bottom, you get exhausted. When you get to the top, you get exhausted. When you get back down to the bottom, you get exhausted. But if you go to the middle and you just hug it, then you could catch your breath and then go up. XRP, where are you at? 333, we're getting a little bit of a pullback. Well, not really. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, I think it could be like a flat maybe, or we got 3, maybe something like this, maybe a move like that. Basically ABC. I don't know. It's small time frame stuff. It does look a little bit exhausted. You could see a doji, you know, you got all these dojis in there, so it's looking a little bit tired. And that's fair, because when Bitcoin gets to the all-time high, let's take a look. Let's go to Bitcoin and let's see how it reacted when it got to the all-time high. Fair enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to go. So look what Bitcoin had to do to get through its all-time high. I mean, look at that. The all-time high is really right there. And then we're going to take this And then we're going to go to XRP. We're going to go to the month or the weekly. We're going to flip that right side up. Yeah, see, it's going to be different. XRP looks so much better because here's the difference. Bitcoin didn't have all of this. It had a big dump and then it went up and up and up and up. And then it got exhausted. It basically went straight up. XRP went sideways and then basically it went straight up too, but it was at a closer distance to getting to that all-time high. So, yeah, I just don't really, I don't really see it stopping. I don't see, I think we got more upside to go. Put it that way. I don't think we're going to be stopping. I think we got a little bit more to go. Probably, what did we talk about here? Oh, I forgot to do one more analysis. Basically a standard retrace, which will give us about the same target. It should be around that well, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. So we're already at the 1.47. A lot of people don't have this fib level, but I do. And yeah. So basically $3.52. That's probably where I would expect a little bit of resistance. So that would be our 1618 target of this extension. All right. So if you look at Bitcoin and you zoom in here, right? And you compare this little structure here to this structure here, you could see very similar, right? And we could look at the fib levels. Where did it go? Well, Bitcoin went all the way up to the 2.272. Okay, so where is the 2.272 on Bitcoin or XRP? It is $4.18. So there you go. So yeah, there's a lot of confluence with that $4 to $5 area. I think that's where we're heading. $4 to $5. Now, how do we react at $4 to $5? Do we react violently? Do we react okay? I mean, how does it look? How do the corrections look? How do they, basically how does it act when we get there? That's going to be the question. Which is right around here. Between that $4 to $5 area. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But yeah, I think that should do it for this video. Really nothing else. Let me see if there's anything that stands out. Okay, we talked about, CFX, look at that, 9%. ADA is up 5%. I know we looked at that. Avalanche, nothing really exciting. Algorand, I think Algorand is, Algorand looks pretty good. I don't know if I would buy it right now, but it looks pretty good. I kind of want to see it come back here and flag out and reset. It's all the American coins, right? It's all the blacks, Well, the blacks. The black logos. Algorand is black. XLM is black. XRP is black. I don't know why. QNT is black. HBAR is black, right? I don't know. That's just the way it is. Yeah, you could see. Look at HBAR. Damn. 15% today. Whoa. Wow. Look at that. Damn. Wow. I wish I had more HBAR. And that's the thing too, like HBAR is probably going to have more percentages than XRP will in some aspects, because it only had it only had one wave. Whoops. It's only had wave 1, right? So it hasn't even been into wave 3, let alone wave 5. And a lot of times wave 3s hit their 1618 targets on log, and that log scale target for HBAR comes in at $2.85, but I think that's wrong. Let me see. Yeah, it's a little bit weird because, okay, so we have $3 here. That's okay. And then if I go back to settings and I take this down, yeah, okay, that's right. Yeah, so $3, $3.15, right around there should be a target, and that's really not that much. I mean, you're only looking at 7x, 7.5x. So I mean, maybe it could be even higher than that. I don't know. I mean, if you look at Dogecoin, right? What did it hit? It hit the 2.272 on log scale. And that comes at $10. Well, now that's better. Okay, $10. No, it would be between $8 and $17. Wow. And it's only at 37 cents. So I don't know if that's going to play, but I think HBAR has a little bit more percentage potential based off the market cap, based off its, you got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you pull a trend based extension here from the bottom of wave 1, roughly, bottom of wave 2 or top of wave 1, I would not sell one HBAR until we hit $1, basically 95 cents, and then upwards of 250 or so. Okay, we didn't look at Ethereum. Ethereum needs to wake up, and it's waking up a little bit. I like the shape though. I like this shape. Look at that. That's a nice shape. Look at the 3-wave shape looks great. Perfect. It's doing exactly what we want it to do. We built our base, we broke out, now we're flagging out, now we want to break out. It looks phenomenal. CRV also looks pretty good. CRV is a heartbreaker because you guys know, if you've been following me over here, I was looking at CRV every day and I missed it. I missed the breakout. And that's the one that got away from me. I got to hold it a little bit there and there, but the main enchilada I missed. So I think that's it, guys. I think we pretty much baked the cake. ICP. Oh yeah, someone said ICP, if they should sell it and get into something else. I don't know. Hey, look, if you hold ICP, I would just hold it. I don't know. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it. I think it's great. I think ICP could be a big one. The reason why is because look at how high this thing was. This thing was all the way at, I don't know how valid it is, but this thing was at $500 almost. So we'll be conservative and we'll say $85. You could see some solid candles here at $85. All right. So that's probably like an 8 to 10x from where it is now. Easily. 7x, right? So you have an impulse, you have a pullback, you have accumulation, you have a breakout, and now you're flagging out. Hell yeah, man, I would hold this thing. Not financial. I could be wrong though, right? I'm not saying for you to hold it. If you're holding it, great. But for me, I'm holding it and I'm content. Uh, I'm actually not holding it. I'm trading it. I'm in a contract with the futures market. So now I don't know. I think you're gonna get a pullback here. It looks a little bit baked. You could see you got bearish divergence right there. Um, I think the best thing the market to do is flag out and kind of back test this area and then go up. If we look at Litecoin, Litecoin looks pretty damn good. Wow, look at that. Damn. Litecoin flag out would look good. I'm going to have to go back and look at Litecoin because that's interesting. Render, yeah, kind of flag out a little bit, go up. Flow. It looks like it needs another high and then flag out. Tia. I honestly lost my love for Tia. But maybe our love will rekindle once things look a little better. XDC. Wow, look at XDC. Zcash. Yeah, Zcash looks like it should flag a little bit. I mean, it's not guarantees that they're going to flag, but it's kind of like you want to see them flag so that they can have a little bit better of a structure here. XRP versus Ethereum blasting off. Let's take a look at that. Wow. Look at that, man. I mean, we're already back up here. Damn, that's amazing. XRP market cap. Guys, we are at almost a $200 billion market cap. The market cap of XRP is bigger than BlackRock now. That's insane. Congratulations, man. Everybody, congratulations for holding it. I told you, everyone's like, nah, I'd rather hold Solana. I'd rather hold Solana. Why would you? Solana's terrible. I think it's going to do well, but I don't know. I don't understand why you would want Solana. It just looks like you got 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So why would I want it? There's no base either. VeChain could be a good one. I think VeChain is going to set up to do something nice soon. Yeah, I think the best thing to do is flag out in here. And then break out. That's what I would like to see happen. Anyways, none of this I say is financial advice. It's just entertainment, right? So I appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you can hit that like button, I mean, come on, XRP, we just broke out into a new all-time high. Basically, we're there. So smash that like button, drop a comment, let me know what you think, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Cheers.